My friends, I'm here to talk about Sonic X Shadow Generations. I want to talk about the latest trailer to come out of Summer Game Fest, and also just kind of talk about the game overall. I haven't really had a chance to talk about it in an official capacity, and I know lots of media outlets were given a chance to play the game over the weekend, and so there's a whole bunch of new material coming out, and I don't know, I just thought I would give my 2 cents. I was not one of those media outlets, unfortunately, but yeah, we do have gameplay stuff. And we do have this nice, shiny new trailer here. And I do have to say, the concept for this game is very, very, very cool. Anytime you're re-releasing an old game, we're fine with a remaster. A remaster totally works. You know what I mean? Like, nobody is gonna complain. You take the old game, you make it prettier, you make it, I don't know, you polish it up a little bit, you put it on all modern platforms, like, we're good. We're happy. So anytime you throw in that curveball, and you just want to do something more with it, it's always just such a pleasant surprise. And so here, they, remastering Sonic Generations, they could have just gone with that, and that would have been fine. But like throwing in this whole Shadow angle, adding new content to it at all is cool enough. But like Shadow specifically, I just love that. I know a lot of people are such big fans of Shadow and the idea that they have injected Shadow into this game and given it a whole bunch of new content. It's really cool. And then of course it ties in with the 3rd movie coming out soon, and so you got Shadow in there too. It's just overall a very, very smart move for Sega. I did not play Sonic Generations, but I know that that was a little period of time there where you had like a little handful of good Sonic games. You had like Generations and Colors, and I heard good things about them. I don't know, I went through a pretty long period where I just kind of wasn't playing Sonic, but I do know that a lot of people consider Generations one of the better games to come out over such and such. Whatever, there's a whole history of Sonic, I don't need to go into it. Point is, I didn't play it, but I always kind of wanted to play it, and so now, a re-release like this, it's a perfect opportunity, so I'm pretty darn excited to play it. My relationship with Shadow, though, that goes back decently far. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on my GameCube. Played the absolute heck out of it. I will admit, I did not end up beating the game, so I didn't get, like, all of the cool Shadow lore. I was mostly a Chow Garden guy, but I do have a lot of affection for the character. He's so silly and edgy, and I don't know, I think he's great. The fact that they took a ridiculous, edgy Sonic OC, but made him canon, I think it's fantastic. So yeah, the game looks really good. I think people are still kind of trying to figure out exactly how much extra content the Shadow stuff is bringing. It sounds like it's maybe even kind of its own campaign. Not 100% sure. I don't know how much of it is new content versus injecting Shadow and putting new spins on original content, because I know in the original, even there, you had like the modern mixed with the classic. So I don't really know. I know we could dig deeper into all of that, especially as we get closer to the release of the game, but I guess I don't really care. I'm just kind of looking forward to playing it. The trailer looks really good. I really like all of the just variety. There's a lot of variety in terms of environments and set pieces, and obviously this is Generations, so it's it's dipping through all these different eras of Sonic history, which is very cool. You've got these kind of classic style chase sequences, you've got all these big crazy robot bosses and stuff, they all look really fun. But then you got a lot of like surreal elements too, especially like Shadow himself seems to be bringing in a very cool vibe to the game. In one shot you see Shadow like falling through this like infinite cityscape wrapping all around him. It's very cool. This is the kind of stuff I love, especially in a game like Sonic. The whole thing is going fast, so like you gotta give me that big crazy cool environment stuff crumbling all over you during the chase sequences or cutscenes or whatever. It's just it's the thrill, it's the visual spectacle, In terms of like gameplay and level design and stuff, it does all look really good. It's one of those things where like I'm not gonna know how much I click with it until I have it in my hands. And I know that Sonic has, a little bit of a history, some of the games, maybe a little less polished or just some like control jank. It's kind of a thing. And maybe that is why I was less inclined to try a lot of these games that have come out over the years, because you hear like kind of sort of mixed things about the controls and the level of polish and whatnot, so I'm like a little bit iffy on it. But I really enjoyed Sonic Superstars. I really enjoyed how it controlled, and so if they're taking this game and, I don't know, incorporating any of those little tiny gameplay tweaks, you know, or just overall polishing this just a little bit more, paying a little bit more attention to how it controls, then I could see it turning out really good, which is another reason I'm excited to play it. It sounds like the game was already good, but, you know, with some little issues here and there, but, you know, just tighten those up, wrap it all up in a Shadow the Hedgehog sandwich, and it's looking pretty appetizing. I think if I'm iffy about anything, it is the boost style gameplay. I've not played a ton of Sonics utilizing that idea, that kind of formula, and I know like that's basically what modern Sonic is. It's the more or less three-dimensional stages. I've just spent a lot more hours with 2D Sonic overall, so I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see how much it clicks with me. It did start to click with me a little bit more in Sonic Frontiers. That had a good number of those levels, and I did have fun with them. It's just, yeah, it's one of those things I need to play that style of level a little bit more. I probably just need to get better at it, honestly. But yeah, I guess I don't even really have that much like specific stuff to say about the trailer. There's a whole lot going on. I love all the little bits of Shadow that we get. Near the end, he does a thing where he sprouts the wings, and I don't even know exactly where that's from, but all the people in the comments are all going crazy about it, and that's cool. No gun. It's true, he doesn't have a gun, but I never played the Shadow the Hedgehog game, so as far as I'm concerned, Sonic Adventure 2 Shadow, that's the one we're getting here. As long as he skates on his hover shoes and goes, Chaos Control, then like, yeah, I'm good. Also, at some point, he's got to go like, Maria. Go all like, you know, go all like super angsty mode. Even if like she doesn't come up anywhere in the story, like they for whatever reason they just don't cover that part of his story. It just doesn't really come up. But at the same time, like 2 or 3 times throughout the course of the game, it's unrelated to anything. Everything just stops, and it just like the camera like slowly zooms in on his face, and he just Maria. I'm a simple man. That's all I ask for. So there you go. Sonic X Shadow Generations is looking pretty cool. I've been really enjoying getting back into Sonic. It was so many years where I would see the games and there was part of me that was kind of interested, but I just for whatever reason just kind of didn't. And then now that I've got a channel, and now that, you know, Sega's been releasing Sonic games like crazy, it's been a lot of fun to just kind of dive right back in. Really enjoyed Frontiers, really enjoyed Superstars, really enjoyed Mania. Will I really enjoy Sonic X Shadow Generations? I do not know. But I'm going to find out. I'm going to play it. Is it Sonic Cross Shadow? I know that's like, that's how you're supposed to do it, right? It's supposed to be cross. I can't do that. That's an X. In no world is that symbol cross. It's not. X times by Sonic by Shadow. You know what I mean? Call me an old man, but I just can't do it. I'm putting my foot down. I'm just not gonna do it, darn it.